going on.
Yeah, I mean, I love instrumentation, man. I like, being able to work with a lot of sounds and like, I love like the live band feel. Like that's one thing that I'm like a big fan of. Man. I like when I'm, to be at a concert, man, and somebody to do like the live band thing is always like it just intensifies the music for me. So
That's
I've
like
always been like,
that's like back in the old school days, like Earth, Wind, and Fire and stuff like that. Like,
yeah, and actually I'm a fan of that stuff, man, because when I growing up, man, that's the stuff that my mom used to play when we, growing up with my brothers and my sister, man, it was just like you would hear it all the time, man. Sunday morning,
yeah,
that we playing Earth, Wind, and Fire, Barry White, and just she was always, a big fan of music. So that's where actually the love of music first started for me, man. Just hearing all those records playing as a child, man, and just like not even realizing how big the impact was on me. I started creating, and
right.
once I got to a point where, I seen a couple rappers and I got influenced. One of my first influences was Mace. I thought Mace was like the dopest.
Mason Betha.
Uh, yeah, man. He had he was like the first original. I don't want to say the first original swag rapper, but he was one of the first that really had an impact. Like everybody loved Mace, man. They wanted to be like him. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
just the image that he brought to the game was dope, and I wanted that. Now, obviously, I didn't have any of the things. I didn't grow up in that type of situation to have any
Right.
of these things, but um, it was just for me. Seeing that, I was like, yeah, I want to be like this dude. So I started writing, and I started trying to emulate what he had going on. And then, obviously he retired, so he's my favorite rapper at that point. And when he retired, I caught wind of Nas's "I Am" album, and
That's a dope album too.
that was crazy for me, man. And I went back and I actually, that's when I got it was written, and
Illmatic.
Illmatic, and
Yeah.
and then later on he actually dropped Nostradamus. You know what I'm saying? And I just bought all of them, and I had them on cassette tape too, man. It makes me feel so old to say that, but I did have every single one of those on cassette tape.
That's like one of the best ways. That's how you straight quality. You can hear everything in somebody's voice when you have a cassette tape. It's like,
Yeah, man. It was different back then, man. I went to the store, man. And it was funny because, at that time, you know, my mom, she wasn't really a fan of, me being into like the rap music. So it was all edited versions. Like, you go to the store, you get the edited, they got the orange sticker on it that say edited. I had to
right.
make sure I had that one, you know what I'm saying? I think my first CD that wasn't edited, and it was actually by accident. I didn't know, but it was Black Rob Life Story.
Black Rob, Black Rob. That's the one. That's the album that had Woe on it, huh?
Yeah,
All right.
man. Listen, I love that album, man. That's like one of the albums that nobody really talks about, man. But I think that album is classic in its own right, man. I bump that album still to this day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a Black Rob on Twitter one time. It's classic. He retweeted it. I'm like, yo, you joined this classic. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know he had a couple more after that, but that first one, man, it does it for me. You know what I'm saying?
I might have to go back down memory lane and get that one again. I might have to.
You said what?
I might have to go back and get that one. That's a
Life Story, man. Yeah, man. It's like, with me, with music, man, everybody wants to say, like, what's classic and what's not. Everybody's not going to have the same classics, you know what I'm saying? Because we all go
right.
through the same things. So there's going to be albums that you feel like is classic in their own right just because of the fact that it touches you differently, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I don't feel like everybody got to agree on what's classic and what's not and all that stuff, man. It's up to you. But there are some things that are just absolute, like,
Like without a doubt, like this is a classic.
Yeah, like, Like when I heard, Nas Stillmatic, like,
Yeah, that's
You know what I'm saying? Like
certified.
everybody's gonna feel that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But sometimes things are classic in its own right just for you. You know what I'm saying? And that's dope, man. Whatever's inspiring to you, whatever you feel like is, you know what I'm saying, just like dope for yourself, man. And I respect it. because
Right.
I got so many different influences and so much inspiration that comes out of different music. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be like I'm listening to Michael Jackson, I'm listening to Florence and the Machine, I'm listening to Train, then I'm listening to Nas. You know what I'm saying? So it's like there's so many things that that I'm listening to just to come back and be able to create what I create. So I don't knock anybody. Wherever you find inspiration from, man, that's dope.
See, that's what's up. That's what's up. That's real.
Yeah.
All right. So I talk about. I named 3 songs. But I'm only gonna talk about 2, cause I don't want to give everything to everybody. But God on the drums is like that beat starts off and it just is like you said, it's a lot going on. But it's like you're able to control that with your voice and how you approach the song in general. And just like your bars is just like it goes in. Like how do you feel? How did you feel writing that song? How did you feel when you heard the song?
Um, I remember being in the studio, and in the beginning of the song, I said, "Vi said it's gonna be the one." My boy Vi was in the studio with me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was like, while the dude was playing, I'm sitting there like I'm just practicing the verse and everything like that. He like, "Dang, what's that, man? I ain't heard this before." You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, this is it's gonna be God on the drums. He's like, "Yo, this is the one right here." So when I got in the booth, I'm like, "Yeah, I said it's gonna be the one." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it was just funny, like just to see like how many people actually like the record, and I think like the biggest responses is funny, man, because the biggest response was like God on the drums, and then Rasheed Wallace was one of them. He
Right.
brought both those records, and then like Face Down. Everybody was like, Face Down's crazy. Airport Part Two was
Yeah.
like,
That's a dope one. That's a dope one.
yeah, it was like it was various songs. I know like Horoscopes for Real Niggas. Like a lot of people hit me up about that one, and then White Girls in Sundresses.
That's
A
my
lot of
third song.
Yeah, man, a lot of people hit me up about that record. You know what I'm saying? So it was like it wasn't just one specific record on the project that everybody was just like, "Yo, this is dope." But God on the Drums was definitely something I didn't know how people was gonna take it. There's a lot of real on that record. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you listen to the record, like I'm really speaking on the stuff that I feel. One of the main things is that good because I'm young,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm moving in on my quarter century, and next year, I turn 25, and
Congratulations. Congratulations.
yeah, definitely, I'm happy to be here, man. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like, um, everybody just uses like being young as an excuse that you don't really got to work that hard right now because you're young. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I feel like you want to do that right now because you want to make sure that that you're good. Once you get older and everything like that. So with me, man, I'm just working hard, man. Whether it's music or any of my other ventures that I'm off on, man. And I'm just trying to make sure that, at least that I'm making my mark. I'm being successful. So that you just want to be comfortable, man.
Yeah.
So main thing with just explaining that line is just like once you hit 25, you start thinking, you're like, I'm almost 25, like what I'm saying, and you're not old, but you got to realize that you're not that young anymore. You know what I'm saying? You're
Right.
not. It's not like you're 18. You know what I'm saying? There's real life decisions to be made at 25. Man.
Definitely. People definitely should realize that too.
You don't really see it when you're a kid, man. But when you're 18 years old, you think you're so grown, man. You're just like, yeah. That's what they tell you. They tell you that you're grown. But once you get to the age where you're like 23, 24, and you look back at 18, like, damn, I was a baby, man. I was a kid. I ain't know nothing about anything, man. You know what I'm saying?
Nothing about life at all.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I think after 18, the first 5 years after you're 18, man, that's when you start really experiencing life, like what life really is, man. Because it's certain stuff, like even when, I spoke about certain stuff on the record, man, but they don't let. It's a lot of things they don't let you know, man. Like school is like there's a lot of cover ups in school, man. You don't really know exactly, but once you out of there, man, they don't care about you, man. They don't give a fuck about you.
You got the dough. That's it. It's like, up. See you
Man,
whenever.
it's just move us on.
Yeah.
And once we get into the position like that, it's like, we kind of lost in the sauce, and we get to see what it is that this thing is really about out here, man. So,
Right.
in my time, experiencing the things that I have, I basically just started speaking on those things on the records, and got on the drums was just one of the things where I could actually vent on it and get some of those points across, man. And